talking about your big-titted aunt. Your big-titty aunt.
That is great. That's great that you are so out of touch. What about me being 99% great and 1% evil? Okay?
Put the mic in your face, you
I just don't get this part anymore.
FDR. Like you have polio.
Well, that's over the top. I'm just cold.
The
You
FDR
just will
was
turn
cold.
it down.
FDR, your legs get cold when you have polio.
Oh, is that true?
I mean, I'm sure it's it's not the only thing that plagues.
I don't know if. Oh, that's not the worst thing.
No, what do you mean?
Well, I don't know.
If polio was just that your legs
Cold
get
legs.
cold, it'd be fucking weird.
I mean, that's what you were focusing on.
No, I'm saying your legs get cold. Yeah.
Like FDR. I'm
But
like,
also you want to like hide them because they're like real thin and
yeah.
gross.
I just don't think it's proper to not wear pants on a podcast.
Well, we're both.
We're cheating.
improper. I don't know if it's cheating.
It's cheating. It's Zooming without pants.
Like that one guy. Hear about that guy?
No.
Oh man, he got caught jerking off in a Zoom meeting.
Long time ago?
No, it was like during the pandemic. He was a CNN guy.
Oh, yeah.
So
but why would
funny.
you do it on Zoom?
Well, he was in a meeting.
And he got bored.
No. You're just like, I'm surprised you haven't been caught jerking off on Zoom. So,
Well, I mean, if you get, I could see that part where he goes,
he thought the camera was off. He thought that the meeting was over, and
he couldn't wait.
Well, he just started turning on porn, and then he just
Immediately.
opened up a new window, but he
Just
didn't realize the camera was still on.
From Zoom to porn. Immediately.
I don't know if it was immediate. I just know that.
I mean, how many people go from porn to Zoom? Like, I'm
There's
watching.
a number.
Okay, so there's a porn to Zoom, and then there's a Zoom to porn.
I don't know if it's a fit. I don't know if it's like a.
Is
way
it just
of
the
life.
computer?
No, it's just that
It's the
he was-
computer.
He was in quarantine. He was probably bored. The Zoom meeting was dragged on. He probably thought the TA was hot.
Yeah.
And then he started masturbating to porn while they were still in there because he thought the Zoom meeting was over. He thought he had exited out of the program.
Yeah. Have they interviewed him about this?
Yeah.
Why he did it?
Yeah, he feels like an idiot. He's like, I'm a
No,
colossal
it's not.
idiot. He got fired for
He's
it.
a guy, but I want to know why he thought.
Because it's porn. What do you mean? I don't know.
I think it's the computer.
You've never been like writing a sketch idea and then you're like,
I gotta jack off.
yeah. I mean,
No, I'm
you're
so
in the studio. You
I'm
have
so involved in my routine.
shutters.
I think
You don't
here's
even
the
clear
problem.
pipes every once in a while.
The computer is the problem. If he was like doing a meeting on the phone, right?
No, it's just
A
audio.
conference call,
Yeah.
right? There's no chance that you could watch any porn on the conference
How
call.
many fucking people have jerked off in conference
On a conference
calls?
call? I don't
Yeah.
know.
So
See,
many.
this is why I'm not in corporate life. It
This
must
is
be
why.
so boring that you got to jack off during the meeting. There's so much time and bullshit going on that you're like, we've covered the topics, but now he wants me to stay on for another hour.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about watching porn.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I'm not saying I would do it, but I'm not saying I wouldn't. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I really, this is
I've
where
been bored before.
I'm surprised, really. I thought that we were kind of low key on the porn thing, but I've watched a lot of shows now.
Everybody watches porn.
Yeah, but I thought maybe America was a little less porny.
Well, why would you porny?
But they're very
talking about porn.
they're very porny. I didn't realize how porny everybody
You sound
was.
like a housewife talking to their kids about porn.
Right, I had no idea.
Have you guys been watching the porny?
Yeah.
The porny stuff.
Like I thought it
stuff.
just came out of California. That's all. It's just being
No.
produced.
Well, yeah. Well,
But now
I
it's
guess
being-
in California they made it where you had to wear condoms for a while. And
Oh,
all porn.
Oh, if you're in the
if
porn.
you're having porn, yeah. Not while you're watching it.
Like, wow, they're getting strict.
Whoa, yeah, they're
You can't even watch porn unless you got a rubber on. How do they know?
they'll know. They know. That's how it
Everything is
works.
strict in that state.
It's
People
imploding.
talk about that, how strict it is, and then you go out there and like, it's not that strict.
You were out there, weren't you?
Yeah, it wasn't that strict.
What was so not strict about
Well, I
it?
mean, there was a mask mandate going on, and really people are like, maybe I'll put it on, maybe not. You know, they weren't like enforcing it. Like what you hear on TV, the news, and what you hear from, if it wasn't for news and the propaganda that's constant, you would think the world's normal. You know,
Yeah, probably.
in the book 1984, you know this book, right? You don't read it?
I never read it. No. But
Okay, well, in the
I know of
book,
it,
in the
yeah.
movie, you see the movie?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so the TV's always on.
Yeah.
Right? The propaganda is always, you're not allowed to shut the TV off. That's similar to every breakfast room at hotels, the post office, the gas station has a little TV. There's always a TV spewing shit at you. It's not entertaining anymore. It's all about the pandemic or politics or negativity. But it's propaganda. I don't need to hear this shit. I just am going to have the worst breakfast ever at a Holiday Inn Express, and I got to be forced to watch CNN during my shitty oatmeal breakfast. Yeah. I would rather nothing. How about me just talking to people?
Yeah.
What happened to talking to people? But everywhere you go, for some reason, we think this is public order. How to keep order in public is to turn on a television set so the herds, the masses, have something to focus on instead of beating the fuck out of each other at the terminal.
Happened to you in California? You're not telling me something.
No,
Yo,
I've known this.
Dude?
I've known this for years, ever since I started traveling.
Yeah,
because we didn't have televisions in those breakfast rooms, and then they started putting them after 9/11. Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Shut the fuck
that's
up.
That's possibly the reason.
I remember.
I'm pretty sure prior to 9/11, there was no TVs.
That's such bullshit.
And when the flat screen was invented, this is when the shit went to hell.
Flash screen.
The flat screen.
Oh, the flat screen.
Yes, because they couldn't put those bulky, big TVs up, and they were too heavy to hang. Yeah, and all of a sudden, we made them lightweight and flat, and propaganda started spewing out of those motherfuckers constantly.
There's always been influence and propaganda coming out of anything that emits sound and video.
Well, we didn't have it before. Now I don't even know.
Right. The funny thing is, like, you're like 9/11 happened, and then they started putting shit in Denny's
Well, I'm trying to
restaurants.
date something. I'm trying to look. When did things change? When did 20 years ago? Was it 20 years ago?
Oh man,
that things started changing. The flat screen came out. The plasma.
Yeah. How long has the plasma been out?
The LCD TV.
You're just naming different types of flat screen technology.
Well, because they again.
You couldn't mount a plasma TV either. Those bitches
were they heavy?
120 pounds.
I have no idea.
Those are heavy too, right?
Look, I wasn't rich enough to buy a flat screen. I still have a giant projector fucking screen in my house with a bulb.
Well, that's your fault. I don't know. You're still gonna get the propaganda.
No, it's really not on though. But yeah, it's even better, right?
You're not getting HD propaganda.
This is this is fucking communist talk in 480.
Yeah.
It's harder. It's funner to listen to the communist talk in 1080p. That's not even it anymore. Is it? It's 4K. Is it 5K now?
Still 4.
It's still 4?
6 is the next one that we're going to use.
Why are we so fascinated by how great the definition of the television?
It looks better.
It looks real, you said.
It looks better.
It looks real. You think it's real.
See, you got to choose your words around.
No, I'm serious. That's what the problem is. We think it's real.
Well, it is real.
It's not.
No,
it's a show.
Well, yeah, but it's still real. It was really filmed.
Somebody edited it and someone
yeah.
framed it and somebody had a perspective and somebody had an angle.
It's through a medium. Yeah.
Wow. So you think it's real?
No, I don't. I'm just not. I'm not fucking godsmacked by the idea. That's all. I'm just kind of. I understand it.
Well, now I mean because it's becoming more real with the virtual part of it.
Have you done that before? We should go down. We should do a video. We'll film it. We'll go down to the VR bar in Sarasota.
Here's why I can't do it.
I want to see you get eaten by zombies.
I never did it at the mall because.
Oh.
You have VR?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can just
really?
bring his.
Yeah.
I can do it privately because.
No, we're not, it's not nothing private about this.
It'll be private. It'll be at your house.
No, the reason is because if I put on the headset at the mall, it smushes my hair, and then what? I have no gel. I have no brush.
Oh my god!
And then I got to walk through the mall looking like that. So I can't put on the headset. That's why I never try cowboy hats on at the mall.
See, well, that's why.
Or
try fucking cowboy hats.
I don't try cowboy hats. Sports caps. I buy them. I have to bring them home. Try them on privately. And then I go, okay. All right.
How many have you returned?
Well, not many because I'm not a hat guy. I'm just saying if I was a hat guy.
Okay. Yeah.
But I have had the opportunity to put on, even like when we're doing the podcast, remember we used to put the headset on?
Yeah, you hated that.
I hated it because it would make that line in my hair.
That's the only reason.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might be a little vain about how I look, even though I don't look great. It doesn't matter. I have a certain look.
Let's do the VR shit.
I don't want to get scared.
It's not that scary.
Well,
We'll
how
do
do
the
you-
horror game. We'll do like the
When you say VR,
yep, virtual reality. Yeah.
right? Okay. Is it? Why is it so?
Because it's fun. Yeah.
Why do you guys want to see? This is that relationship that I had with my friends when I was young. It's the bullying relationship.
A little bit. Yeah.
We'll do it too. It's
You're
fine.
bullying.
Well, it's
that's-
virtual bullying.
Is that gaslighting?
Yeah.
He's actually yes, because he's like, oh, we'll do it too. He won't do it. There's only one headset.
We'll be very supportive of you.
No, we have games that we could play with you. Don't worry.
Yeah, right. When I'm see, and this is the strange thing about everybody today. Like it's okay to back in the day, you knew when you were getting like picked on. I don't even know if I'm getting picked on right now. I don't know what's happening. Like, are you on my side or not on my side?
We'll just have you defuse the bomb.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Oh, that's a virtual reality game?
Yeah. There's a lot of fun ones.
All right. Well, I like to try it only because I actually have tried the weird one where you turn around and there's something behind you. It's kind of cool, right?
What?
Like in the virtual reality holodeck thing,
What?
you do see a lot of it. You could turn
Did you
any
use
way.
the correct word there?
It's a holodeck, right? I mean, eventually
That's
it'll
like
be a
Star
holodeck.
Wars.
Star Trek. The blank room that becomes the virtual reality.
It sucks for the viewers and the listeners, but because they can't see. But it's this.
What?
You get it?
You're looking at
Yeah, it's
a screen.
It's just your phone.
I understand,
On
and
your
but how does the
face.
holodeck work?
It projects it.
So it's projecting. It's different onto a medium.
A much larger medium.
Okay.
This isn't projecting it.
All right. Well, that's a medium, and you're looking at it.
It's not a projection. It's an LCD.
Look, we could get into
Flat
the
screen.
semantics of
Propaganda.
VR,
Might
or
even
we
be
can
better,
talk,
who knows?
or we can talk about Bitcoin. It's up to you.
No, we're not talking about Bitcoin.
But I'm pretty sure I have a handle on all this stuff.
I
NFTSs, all this.
I think it would be fun to
No, I'm
see
sorry, it's
you play
NFS.
video games.
Non-fungible.
I think it'd be
something.
funny to see you play video games. Yeah.
I'm good. Like if you're talking older games, Galaga.
You can't even say it correctly.
No, it's called Galaga.
Galaga?
Well, that's how
Galaga?
they say it
Lady
today.
Galaga?
Yo, I love her.
It's Galaga, not Galaga.
I said Galaga.
Galaga, no.
It's Galaga?
Isn't that
Galaga.
the dude with the melons?
Galaga is the way we used to pronounce it in the 80s.
Oh, well, from Cleveland, I
Right.
get it, yeah.
Well,
You want to play down some fucking Galaga?
Galaga, man. It's,
Down there?
yeah. Like,
no, man, don't get killed. Don't
my
think it's
kids
the
don't like the
Galaga.
way I pronounce hash browns.
Why do you say it like that?
What do they do?
I'll take some hash browns.
Hash browns.
Hash browns?
Hash browns. It's to me, it's two words.
It doesn't sound off. It just sounds like, why are you saying it like that? I don't get why you're.
Because that's, I guess
emphasizing
that's how,
browns.
no, it's not a
You're like hash browns.
hash browns.
You're still-
I don't even know I'm doing it, but they hate it. I'm
That's-
surprised I was able to pull it off here.
Yeah, because your family doesn't have accents the same way you do.
Well, that's a Cleveland thing. There's a whole different. Yeah, I mean the language in Cleveland does change a bit.
Mhm.
It's not exactly New York and it's not exactly Midwest, but there is something about the way people talk that you pick up on. You know, there's things that I say now that I think are normal, and people are like, "Oh, you are from Cleveland or you're from
Yeah.
the Midwest." How'd you figure that out? It's the cadence of how I talk sometimes.
Yeah, but don't they say like accents are starting to like erode away because of television and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, that's what happened with the homogenizing of America with MTV.
Wait,
Cable.
What do you mean?
Well, someone might dress differently in Iowa
yeah,
than
yeah.
they did in Cleveland, but then everybody kind of saw what everyone was wearing, and now everyone wants to
Yeah.
look a certain. Like there's a bunch of Madonnas in the '80s all over the country. I'm pretty sure there wasn't a bunch of chubby checkers in the '50s all over. Maybe because he was on TV.
Yeah.
You know, but
Well, it's
any
influence, yeah.
yeah, the influencing has always been there. You know, do you want to be yourself? Can you be yourself? Is it even possible to be yourself anymore?
Not truly. Like, well, it depends. I mean, you're yourself within the environment that you are influenced by.
I'm curious about all this because we're so influenced, like we said, about television and what other people say, about news. Like my wife's all upset about Australia. We've never been to Australia. We're not
What's
going to
happening in
Australia. I don't even know. I don't watch the news anymore. I stopped watching it. I know they're having problems with
So you
COVID
just
and
watch your
lockdowns.
wife watch the news.
She will like mumble under her breath, Australia, damn it. And like, I'm not gonna even talk to her. Like, I'm not gonna even say, so what's going on? Because I don't really care.
Yeah, because you don't want to know about the world events and topics.
I can't do nothing about it. What's the purpose of me knowing so much and weighing myself down, and then I can't enjoy my sprinkler when it comes out on Thursdays?
Oddly enough, that's like a ignorantly healthy way of looking at things.
Yeah.
Like that's not the textbook answer you would want to hear from somebody.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like that answer does make sense of like, why would I waste my
Because-
time with that knowledge?
Because they're using what we thought was
interesting.
not being ignorant against us. Remember? They used to say you have to be informed. So we thought we were doing the right thing by staying up to date with information.
Yeah.
But now they're using that as a way to fill our heads with shit that's misinformation. That's why I don't fucking pay attention.
Well, okay, I wasn't going that far. I'm just saying, like,
Well, you haven't pumped gas at the gas station then?
yeah, but if you were like going through your day and like every bit of information was like important because you only have so much brain space, so much focus.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're like, there's mudslides in the Serengeti, and you're like,
Fuck it.
I don't need to know that.
No, I don't.
That
For what
does
reason?
Not affect me.
Does not affect me, no.
Yeah, but the standard answer for that would be like, oh wow, like those poor people in Serengeti.
Not me.
But I understand that. But I'm just saying.
No.
Like that's the standard now. The standard now is like, well, you don't know about the Serengeti, and you're like, I don't need to know about the
I
Serengeti.
I don't need to know
And
about it.
It's kind of like a good point because most of the people that are worried about the Serengeti don't have a lot of shit going on in their lives, or they're like they can't get a hold of their lives. You know what I mean? Like I'm using it as like a reference.
Do
point.
what you can do and take care of the stuff that you can take care of for you, because there's a lot going on in your family, in your household, in your yard, and with your neighborhood association that you could deal with. But if you want to deal with what's happening in Australia or England right now, and first of all, you've never
You can't deal with it. You can only know about it.
You can only know about it. You've never been there. You're not going to write a letter to anybody. You're not going to take a stance.
We should write letters.
Write a letter. If you're so fucking
should.
interested in
How
Australia,
fucking annoyed would you be if you're
send a
going,
letter.
You're going through like economic crisis, and you got a letter from the Carmen
Oh, that's awesome.
Experience.
No one's doing that anymore, right? No. So we're sending letters to fucking
because they'd be like, "Why the fuck did I get a letter? Like, who
to the
writes
police
letters?
department in Auckland or wherever the fuck this is happening.
whatever this is
You
happening.
motherfuckers, we saw you hose a girl down with a hose on Twitter or on TikTok.
Yeah.
And see, even if I try to avoid the news, I still catch some of the news because
Other people.
there's no way for me to look at my own profile page and see how many views and likes I got
Yeah.
without being annoyed by other people's bullshit.
Well, it's interesting. Like, I was thinking about this the other day. People, the big news, the big story is Afghanistan. That we're leaving Afghanistan, and Biden is like sticking up to the military-industrial powers and being like, "We're no longer going to stay in Afghanistan. We should have left a long fucking time ago." He's not wrong for saying any of that shit, but it's pretty interesting to see how everybody's, it's weird to like watch people's entire perspectives change, and like they'll literally flip on how they thought about the country in the first place. It's very like you'll have people that were like, "We're bring those troops home," who voted for Trump, who were totally about bringing the troops home, immediately flip on a dime and be like, "You can't leave that country." And then you have anti-war people being like, "No, you can't. Like, we can't just like destabilize the region." There's all these different opinions flying.
This is exactly like the Zoom meetings that I'm on.
Yeah, and it's like, I understand your perspective is just being like, is it okay if I just check out?
Yeah.
I'm going to go in the lobby.
We're getting zero done here.
Yeah, I'm going to hang out outside this. Yeah.
You're actually not doing anything, and you're actually creating more negativity in a hole for yourself. You're not getting anywhere. You're not producing anything. You're not fixing anything.
You're burdening yourself with knowledge.
No, it's not even knowledge. I wish it was knowledge, because knowledge is
It's not knowledge, you're right.
Everything, it's information that is, again, delivered by someone with an agenda or perspective. It's constant.
It's interesting.
It's just go down to the microcosm of a family and how it's produced.
Right.
Versus trying to disseminate information from across the globe. It's insane. It's impossible. We all think that we all think we're so fucking important that we know exactly how to fix things. We're all Monday morning quarterbacks about everything. And you're not doing a damn thing. And I'm telling you, within like now this corporate world that I don't do a lot of corporate stuff, but when I do, and you get involved in boards and committees of people, you start off somewhere.
Yeah.
You fucking go 360 degrees all the way around back to zero to, oh, this is a great idea. Maybe it's not a great idea. We're not doing it at all. We never got anywhere. We went right back to square one because so many different people have an opinion about things that only one person can make a decision. Only one, really.
Do you ever notice that though, like that, where you'll have that process, you'll have the flow of that process because you find out like along the way, as you were pointing out, that like nobody actually wants to do the work. They're just like,
absolutely,
yo, that would be a fucking great idea. And then they're like, okay, write it down. I'm like, I mean, I'm not gonna write it down. You write it down. And then it turns into like this weird shit show where nobody actually wants to do the real work. They just want to be like, they just want to have a credit on the show or the thing or the invention. And
well,
there's only a few people that actually have like
you hire someone, and this is where I'm involved in, to write this shit down.
That's my point.
They send you the shit they wrote down, but nobody looks at it.
Nobody looks at it. Nobody actually like carries it to the next step.
Nobody does until the next Zoom meeting.
Because that's where the real brilliance comes from, is like putting it into motion.
Oh yeah, the details.
Fruition, yeah.
There's a guy I've been watching on YouTube that is Casey Neistat's brother. I don't know if you know who Casey Neistat is, but he's like big time, 12 million subscribers on YouTube. Very famous photographer, vlogger. His brother is much more low key. But he's called like the principled man, something like that is his page.
Is he a principal?
He's all about details. Like the details matter. That's what really matters in life. The smallest of things, not the big things.
Well, yeah.
It's the tiny things that you ignore, like going to the kitchen, you see a coffee mug on the table in the living room and you don't pick it up on your way to the kitchen. Do you stop? Do you go back and get the... Are you making sure that you're efficient and that you do what you're supposed to do every time you see something you should do you do it?
Right.
You know, do you do what you're supposed to do, right?
Right.
If you stick to the details. I have a very tough time with this.
Yeah, me too.
I like to not do anything and see if I can get away with it.
Yeah, like the lowest amount of output possible.
Because I've really come to the age and the questioning of everything of, is this worth my time?
Yeah, because you only have so much time left.
And then everything becomes not worth any time.
That's not rude to say.
Well, it's true.
You're dying, Carmen.
It's true. When you get to a certain age, you go, am I going to invest any time in it? Because you know the long-term picture. But here's the problem is that you will cut yourself out of things you don't know about.
Yeah.
If you don't get involved, you're not going to see things that you couldn't see that could be positive and good.
Right.
Because you thought everything was going to be negative. So you decided, I'm not doing nothing. I'm just staying on the fucking I'm not going anywhere. I'm not getting involved. I have learned, yes, get involved. And by the way, if you do nothing, you'll be one of these people who are super depressed.
Oh, yeah.
Can't get off your fucking ass. Can't figure out how to get motivated and don't know how to change. And it's helped me a million times just to start very small.
Humans rust. I've noticed that where... Me, in fact, I can't get going unless I'm already going.
The Tin Man.
Yeah. I have to stay in motion in order to like get anything
How
done.
prophetic was that movie, really? To think about this.
Yeah.
That the Tin Man exists right in front of me.
Yeah, I mean,
You need oil.
Yeah, well.
And your oil, you recognize.
Is inspiration. Yeah.
What's your oil?
It's literally motivation from different factors. It could be like
money.
Money. It could be
fame.
No, mine are never down the road inspirations. Mine are always like
instant.
In the moment.
Twinkies.
Like when you yelled at me that one time after the fucking podcast.
Never yelled at you.
All right. Well, when you know,
raised my voice.
When we had
was more direct. I was more direct toward you.
When you were more direct. When you were boss Carmen, that was a motivating factor to be like, all right, now I can actually get shit done because. If I have too much free space, if I have too much space to work into, I don't know what to do with that space.
Right. I saw you getting, like, when you first came in to the pod, when we first started doing it, you were timid, Mike, and then you started coming in with sunglasses and capes and shiny shoes. I'm like, he wants his fucking you wanted your name and your handprints on the sidewalk in front of my house like it was Grumman's Chinese Theater. I'm like, this guy thinks he's a fucking star.
Yeah, I did. I wanted that.
Right, and then you brought your entourage, and then you're like, "Where's my drinks?" I'm like, "What the fuck? What? I created a monster."
You turn this on.
I just created a monster. He's like what my kids do to me.
Yeah.
Because I do give leeway. Here's what I do. This is what I do. I let that rope out. I let it out.
You see what they do with it.
And then I go, oh, it's around his neck.
Yeah.
He got that rope wrapped around his fucking neck. Now I got to get it off of him.
It is true though. Like I'm one that operates under pressure, and I need pressure, and I also need direction. I'm not always the best person at going like, and I've had to learn how to transition that recently in the past like I would say the past 4 years, especially doing comedy. You don't wake up. Nobody's telling you what to do. Nobody's like, okay, the first step is do this. So like we kind of forget how. We kind of forget the comfort of having a boss, of having somebody that has to that has to be the thinker and like the motivator and the person that directs. Because like it's hard to like be your own director. It's very difficult, and you know this. And you get up and you're just like, this is my third cup of coffee, and I haven't even logged onto my fucking computer yet. You know, and
you have to trust that you will get it done.
Well, yeah, but if you don't have that trust, you'll never start, and you'll be like, I'll just do it tomorrow.
See, here's how it works. I think for most humans, you're trained, you get a job, and you can either stick with it or fuck off and do nothing, or fuck off and create your own.
See, I can have curriculum and scheduling and direction put upon me, and I'll fucking do it. Like I really will. I'm excellent at that. You tell me what to do, I can fucking do it. But when you're like, all the jobs that I ever failed at was when they were like, all right, so here's the room, and just have fun with it. Figure out along the way. And I'm like, what? You just want me to like all these different things to do, and like there's no real set workflow or any like you just want me to figure it out. That's when I fuck off because I don't have any. Like, what are the parameters? Like, what's my deadline? I don't have a deadline.
So you know this about yourself.
I do know this about myself, yeah.
And you still choose not to be employed by someone who's a strict boss.
Yeah, because...
Even though you know that's best for you.
Because I've always found that if I do have a strict boss, it's usually a job I don't want to be at.
Well, when we say strict, we mean discipline.
Discipline.
Not mean.
I like disciplined bosses. I like that. But my point is that whenever I found myself working for somebody else... outside of what I want, outside of the field that I wanted to be in, I just felt like all my time was going to nowhere. I was just getting like a paycheck that was going nowhere, and I wasn't getting enough to like be on my own or anything like that. So working at McCurdy's kind of taught me how to like take the initiative, put things. You have to be the creator and the finisher and the builder, and it's hard as fuck and it's terrifying sometimes.
For doing what?
Just doing anything. Like if you're gonna set out your schedule and you're gonna get gigs, you're
talking about doing comedy.
Doing comedy, yeah. But also working at McCurdy's, I don't know. You know the servers
McCurdy's
there.
Comedy Club.
McCurdy's
as
Comedy
a server or as a comic?
But no, just working there in general, being in that environment.
Right.
You know how it works. It's very much do your own thing. Even the servers, we get away with a lot of shit. Like we have to be on top of our game. We have to be the ones. In other words, there's nobody over my shoulder going, are you selling enough of this? Are you upselling? Are you being nice to the customers? Are you building good relationships so you get better tips? Nobody's telling you to do that.
Right.
You have to do that yourself.
Because we're in a labor shortage right now.
Well, I'm just saying.
They're not going to yell at you.
Yeah, but like you go to like a corporate environment or you go to a chain, there's a written playbook of everything you have to do. And
well, you could step it up. You want that. Like, the environments. Like, you're picking these environments. You could go somewhere where the pressure's much higher. It's boiling all the time. You got to produce. You got to have a quota. And if you don't, you're done. But the money's better and way better sometimes.
I like that, and that's what I'm trying to
But
head
do
towards.
You want that?
Yeah, I do.
That means that you're going to give up your freedoms of being self-employed. You need someone to actually guide you and employ you. I need to be a part of a
team. I need to be, like you were saying, you're not a good team player earlier. I'm an excellent team player. I played on team sports all my life. I never like to play. I like to play with people, not against people. Mm-hmm. So like I'm always about a team environment. So like I thrive.
So this is new. This is a new kind of piece of information about that we've not had on this podcast.
Yeah, because
something happened to you where now you want to be part of a team.
Well, I'm turning 30 tomorrow.
You want to tomorrow? Yeah. Happy birthday. So what you want is to blend into a group so no one can notice you not doing the work you're supposed to.
No, see, that's not.
And the other team members will carry your ass. I get it. No, I get it. I like it.
Okay, yeah.
I get what you're doing.
I'm glad you like it.
I'm 30 and I need to figure out a way
to
be
money.
paid but not do the job.
No, I like doing the work. It's really just about.
Now you're saying a team and you want to be on this team and it's work.
I like.
What are
work.
we talking about? What kind of job is this?
This is the thing. It's like this job is more of it's an investment.
No. What job
What?
is it?
What do you mean?
Like, is this stockbroker? Is this a
No.
used car salesman?
We're trying to create a podcast. Here.
Oh, here, this team.
Yeah, this team.
So this is self-employed.
This is self-employment.
This
and it's also a
is
risk.
so hard.
It's an investment too.
And people don't know that we haven't been on air live for a couple weeks now because of various things, the gigs in L.A., New York, and some other stuff. We're not a corporation, and this is just a pure example of if we were Podcast One or one of the bigger podcast chains. We would have had a show guaranteed every week. But since we're a mom and pop podcast, we're like, fuck it, we can't produce a podcast this week. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody in Sri Lanka, the 3 people that are. So we lost some momentum. And this is really typical of, do you want to get to the next level? Do you want to be successful? That means never quitting. I understand the resting thing. I'll never quit what I do. I always think I want to quit. All I got to do is rest. Don't quit, just rest. Just
That's what I feel, yeah.
Taking 4 weeks off of the podcast was kind of helpful in some ways.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been going at it pretty strong, and I'm not saying we've made a lot of headway, but when you don't make enough headway, it could be discouraging. So take a break.
Yeah.
Take a break. See what happens. Go a different direction. Pick a different. I thought you were talking about you're 30. You need money.
Yeah.
Your Obamacare's running out. You need to get a job at a car salesman.
No,
because they have a guy in the back that's screaming at you, going, "You need to sell this 99 Chrysler with no air for $3,000 above book."
What I am
for
telling
your
you,
commission.
What I am telling you,
And there's people out there doing that.
I understand that people out there doing that, and what I am telling you is that I could absolutely do that, and I would crush it.
You think?
Yeah, I could.
No, see, you should try it then, just for fun, just for.
I know for a fact, like,
just so we have a story for the
I
pod.
excel at that though. Like, I'm not like.
Go get a job at a car dealership and don't show up though.
No, but like I've always been like.
See how long before they fire you? You think I haven't tried
That's
this?
my point. Like, comedy comes in conflict with almost everything that is the real world. And like, yeah, I'd
the
get
real world
bored.
doesn't know.
I'd get bored at that.
Right. Look, you can't go to jail. This is the beautiful thing. I've already.
Yeah, you can, by the way.
No, there's a lot of things where you can't go to jail for.
Well, yeah.
Like if you get divorced or if you cheat on your spouse, all these things. It's amazing. There's a whole bunch of stuff that people do. I go, that should be a crime. But anyway, if you get a job, let's say you get a job at Gettle Toyota, right, car salesman
I feel
today.
like you know a guy, and this is turning into a job.
Then we'll use another one. Chevy, Sunset Chevrolet. Okay. So you go get the job, right? You apply and they're like, "Oh, Mike, awesome. Tomorrow, we're going to see you tomorrow." Don't show up.
What the fuck?
Right?
That's exactly.
Let them call you. And then you go, "Oh, yeah, look, something came up and I'll be there tomorrow." The next day, right? Don't show up again. Just see how long, and then ask for your check on Friday. And just tell them, "Look, I'm gonna work eventually. It's not illegal. They can choose to pay you."
Yeah.
People are getting underpaid. Don't you understand? They're being underpaid.
Yeah. Well, these people should be.
Sure.
Underpaid.
Okay. It's $16 an hour. We're for Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that right? Should I be being? Maybe I deserve 32. Don't you think there's people who think they deserve 32, not 16?
Yeah.
So how do they get their $32 an hour?
They don't.
They do. By going to Amazon.
Yeah.
And then fucking off every hour for every hour they work. Yes, they have to still be at Amazon. But they're only working 1 out of every 2 hours and they're making $32.
That's
right. And that's
stupid
called
as hell.
no. That's called productivity. And we measure that in this country. How much productivity do you think you're actually getting out of your workers is a realistic question to almost any employer.
Right.
Do you think this guy's 100% always working for you? And I ask my construction school class a lot. What do you think these guys give you? What do you think? What's the percentage of actual work you're getting out of people? 50, 60%.
Yeah.
So you're paying somebody $10 an hour. Really, he should be getting 6. Because how shitty of a worker he is.
Yeah, but then you just told me to go be that shitty worker.
Yes. Because here's the thing. I don't think people, first of all, I don't think people are getting paid enough. That's the demotivating factor. I watched a girl through a window at an Arby's the other day. We pulled up, got an Arby's sandwich. I'll never do this again. Arby's is so disgusting now.
Oh yeah.
It was like not real meat. It was cold.
Well, it's cold. They serve most of their stuff cold.
I haven't had Arby's in 15 years. I'll not go back. But I saw the girl at the cashier inside, just standing there, just doing nothing, had nothing to do. And I thought, that is painful to watch. Because I've been there.
Yeah.
Where you have nothing to do. There's no work. You're being paid a very low wage.
Well, the problem is the wage is because you
I know they're not justifying. They can't pay that person any more money because they're not making any money. Obviously, if it was busy, Arby's could pay more.
No, they wouldn't though. They would
But
just
they
keep the
wouldn't. But they
profits.
could. I'm saying.
But they won't.
I've been in those jobs though, where if someone said to me, "Look, if there's no work happening,
Yeah.
go sweep the floor, clean the windows, do something else, show you're worth more money." You know,
You'll get
and you get
hired.
paid more money. But all those jobs are always commission-based, sales-based, something else. It's a very difficult thing to work in today's world and do nothing, even at $10, $12, $15 an hour.
Well, the incentive's not there, but companies like Starbucks kind of figured it out where it's like you're gonna be a drone, but you can make money off of tips, but also we'll pay for some of your college. So it's like that's the incentive-based.
That's a
program.
good company.
That's a company that could. That's something that could like. That's where more companies should be heading in. If you can't pay them right out, and you can't incentivize them to be good employees, you have to find another way to incentivize them to be good.
I'm
good
just the
employees.
guy that does not want to work at any of these companies, but
Maybe you're a
yet,
comedian.
but I want to benefit from the companies.
Yeah, you're a fucking comedian. Like,
Get sponsorships.
yeah, dude.
No, I just want to make sure that Starbucks doesn't close because I need to have a Starbucks every so often. Like, I don't care about Arby's. They can shut down. They used to have great Jamocha shakes.
Fuck Arby's.
McDonald's, sometimes I still go there. But like, a good restaurant or a business that you really can endorse, that you hope will never close, right? Because you need their service. I want to benefit from that, but I don't want to work there.
Be great.
I think because you're going back now and working there, because you were working there for a long, long time, and now you're back in the fold.
Yeah.
So now we're going to hear more McCurdy stories.
Yeah. I miss what it was. There's definitely a new staff there.
See,
Definitely.
I told you, I don't know exactly what you're going through.
What I'm going through is, you went
Death.
right before COVID happened. I said I had like 35, maybe 40 minutes of strong material that I was doing very well with. And I had shows coming up and I was starting to finally get my foot in the door with other clubs. And then it shut down, everything shut down. And I lost all that. I lost the edge.
Right.
And now I'm trying to get it back, trying to shake the rust off while also realizing that I took a year and a half off. Like, without realizing it. I thought I was making moves, and we did. I love this podcast. I love what we're doing. But to go back into that job and be like, oh, I'm a server again, that fucking hit hard.
Well, we knew that was happening.
But that hit hard. I didn't realize how hard. I thought I was going to be like, oh, yeah, whatever. But then all of a sudden I look at it and I'm like, fuck, I like literally have moved nowhere.
But this is good motivation.
It's
Remember we talked
It
about
doesn't
this.
start
You're
off
the
as
Tin Man.
motivation.
You're the Tin Man.
But it doesn't start off as motivation. It starts off as like depression.
Oh yeah, right now you're not in the motivation state. You're in the very angry, pissed off.
I'm not angry. I'm just depressed. Yeah.
That guy sucks.
Yeah.
He hasn't wrote a new joke. We need to protect the mansion.
Yeah, I guess so. That's fair.
You're the Tin Man.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
now you need to start doing more yoga and flex a little bit, stretch everything you got.
Is this an analogy or
Analogy.
actually yoga?
Well, you're not really the Tin Man either. So I wasn't going to use oil on you. The only way I could figure out how to stretch everything is by physically stretching you out, which will lead to thought processes that are different than what you're doing right now. I think what you need to do is stretch everything you have, whether it's your act, whether it's this show, whether it's your work that you're doing, and open up everything to a bigger perspective. And I think it'll all come back to you. And this is good for you because now you're recognizing that you're not happy and you need change. You will change it. This is the way things get done.
Yeah, I believe
It's the only way things get done. You just said it at the beginning of the pod. That when I yelled at you, you changed. You flipped the switch. No one's yelling at you. See, it's too easy right now. What's going on is that no one really is trying to make waves. I always think it's better to make waves. Because even if you make waves and those waves are not the great waves, like the waves that are bringing you on to shore with a surfboard, maybe this is the wave that destroys the fucking beachfront. At least there is the possibility that there's a 50-50 chance that the wave you're making will lead to something great.
Yeah.
But if you make no waves, you have 0% chance. 0%. You have no chance at all of growing or getting bigger or changing.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I agree with that.
You need a mirror and something scary to happen to you.
Yeah.
You need some type.
I'm turning 30, so that's kind of scary. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a possibility that's a scary. Maybe
it's not like as scary as I thought.
I wasn't that afraid becoming 30. I wasn't.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out how to be a fucking functional adult. So 30 is like, ooh. But
yeah. So I think this is good, and this is where you've now gone over. You're going to go over a hump.
Yeah.
The 20s are very tough for men. I know this. I got a kid that's 22. I went through it. Friends, we all were confused. You are now going, I can't be confused no more.
Yeah, I have to actually know shit.
You got to make this podcast work. And if it doesn't work, you could be stuck, not serving at McCurdy's, but next thing we know is you got a job at Waffle House.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know the menu by heart.
Ugh.
Although those people really are great people.
Yeah, but it's only great if that was your aspiration.
Nothing's bad. It's all perspective, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
You learn this. You learn this as you get older. Nothing is bad. You might just be viewing it the wrong way.
Yeah, but I think
you're comparing yourself to some shit too. I could see it right away. You're comparing yourself. That's the worst thing you could do. Don't compare yourself.
No, that's fair.
Be the Mike Stevens you can be. There's not anyone like you, by the way.
Yeah.
This is a great psychological podcast.
Yeah, it's got real. I like it.
It is. I'm telling you, though, there's no one like you, and I'm not kidding you about that, right? And people don't see it. They just don't fucking see it. That you are so fucking unique. That's what I was saying about the girl just standing there at Arby's. It's sad to watch the waste of humanity. What do? I gotta stand here because I need the $8 an hour, the $10 an hour. But what would this girl do if she didn't have to be there?
Right.
What would people do if they didn't have to work? That's how you get out of it. You get aggravated at your job.
Yeah, exactly.
Like where you're at right now. And I'm not saying maybe you're not that aggravated. Maybe you just
I'm enough to change. Yeah, I want to move.
You know, you kind of liked it before.
Yeah.
You kind of like being in the fray of it.
Yeah.
You know, it was connected to comedy. Now I think you want to be more than a peripheral piece of the comedy action. You want to be the actual person who's entertaining.
Yeah.
Or better.
Or better, yeah.
Or better.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You know, there are roles that we all accept. You know, what do I want to be in life? And what will I not do? So you're getting to that spot. You're going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. It's going to be so ridiculous and so impressive if you follow what you're thinking right now. If you actually believe that you can change and you believe that there's something else, you can do almost anything. It's amazing. I can get myself so fucking jacked up to do anything. And I always tell this to my wife, I go, what do you want to do? We can do anything. I'm serious. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
Because the ultimate thing that's going to happen to you is you're going to die. So the motivation is you don't have all this time. So who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
If I take a chance, because if I don't take a chance, the time runs out and I never got to do it. This is what I'm saying. You're better off taking that chance.
Yeah, for sure.
Create the wave, create the thought in your brain. What do you want to do? Go out there and get it. Go after it. Just the process of going after it is enough, by the way.
Yeah.
Just knowing that you're on the right path is enough.
Yeah, it'll keep you going, and you feel good when you're doing it.
Well, the path is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And because everything on that path is going to happen. You're not going to think they're big things, but as you look back, you go, I did this, I did that, I did that. I'm still on my way.
Right.
But don't get mad, Mike. You're not a mad guy.
No.
Don't get upset. Fucking relax. We're back on the pod. Everyone who's not
Feels
heard us
good.
for a long time, yes, we are shaking the rust off. We have been the Tin Man, and now we're coming back, and we're going to be producing these things again. And we're gonna concentrate on humor, being funny, yes,
Yeah.
but sometimes it does get real. Yeah, we're real people.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had gas the whole time that we've been,
You've been holding it.
I've been holding in the whole time, like, oh, my stomach, something's going on. You know why? Because I'm a real person. That's how we're ending this.